This is Taiwan Talk.
This is Taiwan Talk on ICRT.
I'm Eric Smith, and thanks for listening to Taiwan Talk. Many parts of the planet are experiencing what some have termed an obesity epidemic, and Taiwan, unfortunately, is catching up fast. I recently spoke, with the help of a translator, with He Yongning, one of the head researchers from a group that's trying to tackle the problem. I'm here with the Child Welfare League Foundation, which is sort of a quasi-government, private institute or association that's trying to help Taiwan's children in all areas, everything from child abuse to children's learning disabilities, all kinds of things, right?
Yes.
And one of the things that your group is working on right now is programs related to childhood obesity, which is becoming a growing problem in Taiwan.
That's true, yes. The statistics that we have is a 2010 one that's released by the Ministry of Education. So what we are looking at is that we have approximately like 26% of the primary school age children that they are thought to be overweight or obese. And there's a 28%, around 28% of the junior high school age students that are obese and overweight.
So we're closing in on 30%.
Around 30%, yeah.
And that's quite high for Taiwan. So in your opinion, in your foundation's opinion, what's the biggest cause of this change?
Mostly because of the transformation of the diet.
So kids today are eating a lot more junk food, basically.
Yes.
Right. How does the food that is served in schools in Taiwan affect this issue? Is the food that is served at a local school across Taiwan, is it nutritionally balanced and healthy in your view?
We're not actually that certain about the kind of lunch or meals that the school provide whether it's nutritious or not. But then there's a regulation stating that schools should not sell certain kinds of junk food on the campus. Okay,
and there's also regulations related to the lunch foods themselves. Like the government does have a kind of a menu plan for students.
There's no regulations in terms of the school meals. But like I said before, so junk food, the selling of junk food on campus, it's prohibited. And so the chance for children to buy junk food or to eat junk food inside school is scarce. Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is school is not the problem.
No,
Right.
It'll be outside school.
Right. So these kids are leaving class at, 4 or 5 p.m. and the first thing they do is head to the 炸鸡 stall
street food. It's everywhere.
or to the convenience store to buy chips or bread or all the rest of it, right?
Yeah.
So this is an interesting problem because it's very difficult to control children's behavior.
A lot of the snacking habit starting from the early on. And it comes from the family as well. So parents, yes, they play an important role in determining children's snacking habit. And over half of the group of children, they stated that's like 62.4% of the children, they said that their parents, they don't put restrictions on their snacking.
No restrictions at all?
No restrictions, yeah.
Wow.
So that's like over half of the group.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So really, when it comes down to it, this is not the kids. This is the parents.
Yes, parents, they play an important role in this. They have a lot of influences on their children's behavior.
Is there a thing in Chinese culture? I know that many other countries have this thing where sometimes you see like a chubby kid, you know, and they're like, oh, how cool. Look, it's kind of like cute and adorable, right?
Yeah.
But perhaps the parents don't understand that they are setting up their kid for a lifetime of trouble.
Yes, so like chubby kids, yeah, definitely adults like it like that more.
And this is probably something that comes from, maybe 1,000 years ago, everyone didn't have much food. Everyone was skinny.
Yeah.
So if you had a chubby kid, you were like, gongxi kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But the world has changed. Diets have changed. And you were saying that kids today in Taiwan, as young as 8 and 10?
And, yeah, 8, around 8 to 10, like between 8 to 10, because some children, they go out and eat salted chicken like every day on a daily
fried
basis.
chicken and soda and
like sugary drinks every day. And then we actually do have this case of this somewhere around 8. This child somewhere around 8 in age. He was diagnosed with diabetes, so that's quite serious actually.
Yes.
You're so young and you have diabetes.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Eric Smith reporting for ICRT. Join us again tomorrow for more on this important topic.
This is Taiwan Talk.
This is Taiwan Talk on ICRT.
I'm Eric Smith, and thanks for joining me on Taiwan Talk. The Child Welfare League Foundation is trying very hard to reverse some alarming stats that show almost 30% of Taiwan's school-age children are overweight or obese. I had a chance to talk with one of the group's head researchers, He Yong-ning, who spoke with the aid of an interpreter.
Surprisingly, Taiwan has the highest rate of obesity in Asia.
In all of Asia?
In all of Asia, surprisingly.
Wow. Childhood obesity we're talking about.
Yes, childhood obesity.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
right. Yeah, so...
And if your kid is overweight from a very young age, you are setting them up for...
they are definitely more likely to contract disease, illness, like serious illness, like maybe cardio or cancer. It's all because of the, like junk food, there's a lot of food additives in it.
Poison, basically.
Yeah.
So, in other words, what you are saying is that your goal will be to try to educate parents by giving them these statistics and showing them these facts and trying to use that as a wake-up call.
Yes, so when children are much younger, they don't know how to choose. Like they don't know what kind of food is nutritious and what's not. So basically, it's for the parents to decide for them. So parents, they really need to take up this responsibility for their children. When children are much older, parents, they can start using different strategies to increase children's interest in more nutritious food.
Okay, interesting. What kind of strategies would you recommend?
We know that there's a lot of issues with junk food, like the snacking behavior, and a lot of parents, they just ban junk food.
Okay, so some people think the solution is just to put a ban on it, all right? But you disagree.
We disagree.
So what would you recommend?
We have a list of do's and don'ts for parents. Yeah. So first one, you need to replace processed food with fresh food. So make sure you cook fresh meal for your children. Okay. And you need to teach your child about food ingredients and nutrition. Make sure they have this knowledge, okay, so they can go out and make their own choices. And to establish a healthy dieting routine. And also, don't use snacks as rewards.
That's a good one. I'm a parent, okay? I have 2 kids, and I do this.
Yeah.
I make this mistake, You say, if you're good, I'll get you a cookie tonight, but that's really, it associates 2 things in your mind, rewards and food, and it's terrible, isn't it?
That's right. We actually have a data for that one, a statistic for that one.
Okay.
Those children from families with adults who enjoy snacking, they are actually 3 times more likely to be rewarded with snacks than those ones who come from families with adults who don't snack at all. Yeah, so that's a big difference there.
Yeah. Okay, so teach your kids about nutrition. Don't use food as a reward.
Okay, and last one, don't store too much snacks at home.
Don't store it. Yeah. Make it a little bit difficult to get that to get that food, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Those are all very good points. On the government side of this question, what responsibility do you think the government has?
In the past, dieting habit, it's something really personal. But nowadays, because of the rising issues with obesity, it's something that the government should come in and really do something about it.
So it's become a national problem,
That's
a
right.
social problem for the whole country.
And we do advise the government to set out a guideline for the sort of maximum dose of additives and all
Various
the food colours
chemicals,
and all those kind of things that a child can tolerate. Okay, and also the government should find out like which mixture of additives can cause harm to children, like maybe that can trigger certain kind of allergies or rashes or whatever disease. Okay,
And those things should be banned,
those things should be
restricted.
used carefully with selection. And also the government should put more supervision on the street food sanitation.
Interesting.
Yeah, because right now there's
Almost no
no.
kind of supervision of street food.
no.
Yeah.
And also there's a new regulation regarding junk food that has gone through. The idea is that the government need to put restrictions to the amount of commercial ads on junk food.
So
And
what is
also-
shown on TV.
And also like promotional activities with junk food as well. So they need to limit the amount of those advertisement and commercial activities.
Thanks for listening. More info on the foundation is available at www.children.org.tw. Reporting for ICRT, I'm Eric Smith.